Content warning.
Joining us now is the aforementioned.
You're getting ready to hear from two women you might not like. Their names are Laura Ingram and Lauren Boebert.
Congresswoman Lauren Boebert. Congresswoman, I want to get to your views on this map, these map freaks on Twitter.
Apparently, Boebert is tired of being called a conspiracy theorist.
But I first want to ask about that exchange with Secretary Becerra. He believes that this type of surgery for non-adults is protecting children?
What? No, what?
Laura,
I'm sure they're taking whatever he said out of context.
You stated on your show, this is not only repulsive, but it's child abuse. Secretary Becerra, he is a lawyer.
I would assume that Becerra was actually talking about gender-affirming care, and Laura Ingram is inferring that he is pro-genital mutilation. That's the only conclusion I can come to, especially when they're not actually playing a clip of Becerra actually saying anything. They're just putting words into his mouth.
Is protecting children? Really?
Laura, this is absolutely disgusting, and as you've stated on your show,
Weed!
Not only repulsive, but it's child abuse. Secretary Becerra, he is a lawyer, he's a politician, he's a bureaucrat, and he is making these professions look bad. It is a sad day in America when the Secretary of Health and Human Services is using his position of influence to promote gruesome gender reassignment surgeries on children. Now, we know that
that can't possibly be true. The only thing I can find is there was a statement a few days ago on Trans Day of Visibility. Today, hours after making history by raising the transgender pride flag outside the Department of Health and Human Services headquarters building, HHS Secretary Xavier Becerra, alongside Assistant Secretary for Health Admiral Rachel Levin and Assistant Secretary for Global Affairs Lois Pace, released the following statements to celebrate International Transgender Day of Visibility. Discrimination against transgender people and their loved ones has no place in this country. Here at HHS, we will continue to do everything in our power to protect the health care of transgender people, including access to gender-affirming care. On this International Transgender Day of Visibility, I say to our transgender communities, we see you, we stand with you, and we will be there with you. The future for our community is brighter than in past generations, but even now, progress is not real unless it means progress for all, said Admiral Levine. Together we must strongly advocate for the most undeserved and marginalized in our community, including our trans youth and their families. So absolutely nothing like what they are saying. So she's tired of being called a conspiracy theorist, even though she's going to get up here and promote a wild conspiracy.
Do you think we're stupid? You think we're fools?
His record is not very good. It's actually pretty pathetic.
Your record is pathetic, ma'am.
Right. So when he came into our committee, I asked him about those things. I asked him if our tax dollars were going to these surgical gender reassignments on children, these gruesome gender reassignments. He had no answer. I asked him if parents who don't agree with this gender-affirming care and don't want to mutilate their children, if they are at risk, if they are in danger.
They are not.
Having their children removed from their home.
At risk or at danger.
He didn't have an answer for that either. I even asked him if men can get pregnant. Simple as that. And he danced around that question, Laura. So I had many questions for him that I asked him on that day, and we're seeing that they are doing anything in their power to protect these people who want to sexualize and groom our children. And now to hear on your show tonight that we have these minor attracted persons, what is this world coming to? You know, 5 years ago, if you would have said that this is where all of this is leading, we would have been called crazy. And here we are. You have somebody saying that pedophilia, that's too degrading to call it, so we're going to call it MAPS. What in the world is happening in America? We have
makes it sound
to
better.
start talking about this and get it right. And really, it's not something comfortable to talk about. It's not comfortable conversations to have because we shouldn't be talking about these things. Laura, this isn't pleasant, but we need to know if our tax dollars are going to remove the breasts of young girls, if our tax dollars are going to remove the genitalia of young boys. These are children.
You are making it up.
Regime is get out of our lives, get out of our homes. These are our children.
Well, they call
not
this
yours.
conspiracy.
Back the hell up.
You know what they're saying in response, Congresswoman? They're saying
I'm saying you all are fucking morons. Right-wingers are absolute fucking morons. Dumbest fucks walking the planet. You're just making shit up. You're further than a conspiracy theorist. I don't think Laura Ingram is dumb. I think she is a sociopath.
and others, probably myself, that we're spouting conspiracy theories because we're actually
spouting nonsense.
These people, whether it's on Twitter or whether we're talking about the inability to define a mother, and they're called birthing persons now so as not to offend a radical fringe, those are facts. They don't want to actually speak in terms of facts. They want to just throw out pejoratives like,
wow,
conspiracy theory, like the Hunter Biden laptop was a conspiracy theory. I'm going to get to that next segment.
That's exactly right, Laura. Anytime they don't like the facts that are coming out, they call it a conspiracy. We have been putting out information all along. We're called names. We're called conspiracy theorists. We're called racists. We're called bigots just for not going along with their
agenda. Have you tried not being a racist bigot, spouting conspiracy theories?
They aren't falling in line with their agenda. And, you know, I totally believe that Secretary Becerra needs to be removed from his position. I am willing to call on him to be removed for what he is doing to promote this mutilation of children in America. This is absolutely disgusting what's coming out of his department. And not only that, but look at what's going on at our southern border and removing Title 42 right before these summer months when they know that there's going to be an
Tones, welcome.
Part of the plan.
Just by November. It truly is to completely
we got to go, Congresswoman. But
our country.
This is
cut her off.
Being turned upside down.
You know, the country is being turned upside down because stupid shit like this is happening. You want to talk about what's happening at our southern border? Shit like this, that everyone should be ashamed of, that this happened in our country. A Texas judge had to dismiss murder charges in a quote-unquote self-induced abortion. Apparently, it was just a stillbirth. And this is because of the moral outrage by idiot-ass Republicans trying to outlaw abortion. This isn't a conspiracy theory. Texas judge dismissed a murder charge on Monday against a woman who was arrested in the death of an individual by self-induced abortion, according to court documents. The court ruling came after the local district attorney filed a motion earlier Monday to dismiss the murder charge, citing insufficient evidence. The Starr County Sheriff's Office arrested Lizelle Herrera, 26, on Thursday, outraging abortion rights advocates. In reviewing applicable Texas law, it is clear that Ms. Herrera cannot and should not be prosecuted for the allegation against her, County District Attorney Gocha Allen Ramirez wrote in a news release on Sunday. Well, duh, you stupid fucks. And this is the whole thing. This is exactly the people that we knew you were going to fucking target. Just like the laws against trans women always end up hurting cis women. The Sunday statement, Ramirez said the Starr County Sheriff's Office did their duty in investigating the incident, which was brought to the attention of authorities by a hospital in the area. Although with this dismissal, Ms. Herrera will not face prosecution for this incident, it is clear to me that the events leading up to the indictment have taken a toll on Ms. Herrera and her family. I fucking bet. The issue, she was already going through a traumatic experience, and you fucks charged her with murder. The issues surrounding this matter are clearly contentious. However, based on Texas law and the facts presented, it is not a criminal matter. Texas Senate Bill 8 was enacted in September, banning abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy in a state that has the most restrictive abortion laws in the country. The law does not target pregnant people themselves for prosecution and instead is enforceable by private parties who may sue abortion providers who aid and abet women seeking abortions. Herrera was held in the Starr County Jail in Rio Grande City on $500,000 bail until she was released after posting bond and secured legal counsel on Saturday evening, according to the La Frontera Fund, which is raising money on behalf of Herrera. A group of activists demonstrated Saturday outside the jail where she was held. Herrera's case draws attention to the role class plays in Texas's abortion restrictions, according to Domingo Garcia, the national president of the League of United Latin American Citizens. I mean, we speculated on the Freak Show on Friday night that Grimes and Elon Musk's new kid was created in some kind of artificial womb somewhere. Content warning, you're getting ready to see something that's going to piss you off. Apparently this was on the Mark Levin show on Fox News.
To take back control.
Life, Liberty, and Levin. Apparently this asshole had a real hot take about teachers.
If there's no community control of the schools, what we have is kids being not only indoctrinated but groomed in a very real sense by people who are, whether they know it or not, sexual predators. Are they abusing the kids physically? No, I don't.
Oh, now Mama Monster, she has health issues. So if she was in hiding for 9 months, that could have had something to do with her health issues. Saying. And yes, I'm a huge Lady Gaga fan. So. Yeah, what you say over here? Take up for Mama now. Oh, what's this asshole getting ready to say?
I don't think so, but they're abusing them mentally and using sex to do so. This is always been a problem with education. Groomed in a very real sense by people who are, whether they know it or not, sexual predators. Are they abusing the kids physically?
Wait, whether they know it or not, they're sexual predators. Who, you asshole? Just teachers? Just teachers in general?
But we have to take back control. If there's no community control of the schools, what we have is kids being not only indoctrinated but groomed in a very real sense by people who are, whether they know it or not, sexual predators. Are they abusing the kids physically? No, I don't think so, but they're abusing them mentally and using sex to do so. This has always been the problem with education, is that teachers are inclined, particularly men, because men are predators, to pedophilia. And that's why there were strict community strictures about it. Thank God. So this started to break down when the schools said, you know what, we have to teach the kids about sex. Why? Because what if they don't do it at home?
What the fuck is he talking about? I know, I say that a lot on this show. Holy shit.
I don't think so, but they're abusing them mentally and using sex to do so. This has always been the problem with education, is that teachers are inclined, particularly men, because men are predators, to pedophilia. And that's why there were strict community strictures about it.
I'm sure this motherfucker is religious. David Mamet. He's religious, right? He's religious. He's an American playwright, filmmaker, and author. Wait. No way. He received Tony nominations for his plays Glengarry Glen Ross and Speed the Plow. Really? Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy we were just listening to. Give me the Wikipedia on this dude. He wrote a play called The Duck Variation, Sexual Perversity in Chicago. I mean, clearly this guy is working through some shit. Became a contributing blogger to the Huffington Post in 2005, drawing satirical cartoons. A 2008 essay at the Village Voice titled "Why I Am No Longer a Brain-Dead Liberal," he discussed how his political views had shifted from liberalism to conservatism. In interviews, Mamet has highlighted his agreement with free market theorists such as Friedrich Hayek, the historian Paul Johnson, and Thomas Sowell. In 2022, Mamet declined to explicitly label himself a Republican, but described himself as a conservative who would like to conserve those things I grew up with: the love of family, the love of country, love of service, love of God, and love of community. During promotion of a book, Mamet said British people had a taint of anti-Semitism. Well, I mean, come on. Claiming they want to give Israel away to some people whose claims is rather dubious. What? Oh, yeah, he does seem to be religious. He found the grift during the George W. years, though. Tail end of the George